Hi, Mr. Delta. Just wanted to let you know that I made zucchini bread. Would you like a slice? I'm not a fan. However, like I really like your costume, and I think that we could have a lot of fun together. So maybe I'll have one later. There might not be a later. I only made a little bit, and there's probably not going to be enough for everyone. That's why I came to you first. So do you want one or not? Ah, you're really putting me on the spot here. Sure, I'll have some. The things to eat for some puss, right? Let me know what you think. The zucchini bread practically falls apart in your hand as you take a slice, and a large number of crumbs fall to the floor. If you want to, I can lick them up. You take a bite and chew. It's a mix of bitter and salty, just like cum. And it takes a monumental amount of willpower for you to finish chewing and swallow, just like cum. So what did you think? It's okay. That's all you have to say? I was hoping for a more enthusiastic response, but I put a lot of hard work into this, you know? You know how hard I work for you guys, and I get barely like a glance at my person? If you want a girl to bake for you, here's a word of advice. Show a bit more gratitude when she makes an attempt. I guess I fumbled that one, by being honest. I wasn't even honest. I should have just gone full balls to the wall and lied to her. Now, if you're a woman, tell me now, what would you want more? Someone lying to you to make you feel good? Or someone being honest to you? And in fact, being honest. What would make you happier? Because I have yet to find a single woman that can answer me that without apparently giving away some secrets. Oh, hey, I just wanted to stop by and apologize. Earlier today when you tried with zucchini bread and said it wasn't very good. I didn't say this. I said it was okay. I didn't respond very kindly. I got snippy with you, but you were just trying to provide honest feedback. Am I gonna get my answer? It turns out that nobody else liked the zucchini bread either. Should have trusted you when you told me it was very good. It's just frustrating sometimes, you know? Oh god, no, she's being sucked away by a black hole. I'm not as talented as some of the other girls are when it comes to things like singing and dancing. Are there baking idols, I wonder? I was hoping that I could at least have one special talent where I could shine, even if it didn't have anything to do with performing. I hired you for a reason, you know? You look very cute. But I guess the first step to improving is knowing what your shortcomings are. It's good to be working for someone who's willing to let me know when I have room for improvement. Looks like I did the right thing after all. That was really lucky. I can't believe I somehow turned this around. Oh, we're very close to hitting 1 million fans, by the way. On, like, in the game, not in real life. That would be genuinely and literally mental. If I had 1 million subscribers, I think I would be cancelled quicker than I could, like, even think about that fact. With 1 million people watching my videos, there's bound to be someone that gets offended so hard that they just make it their mission to get me out of the picture. I don't know. Then again, if you're a so-called fan, putting this in quotation marks, why would you cancel someone actually? Alright, we're about to release a new single, by the way, because I haven't done so in quite a while, and I produced 2 million CDs. It's gonna be Hogma. After Hogma, there's gonna be still Bina left, and Ayan, and Carmen. Don't know about the order of the last two. So until we have released these, the game must be finished, basically. Because we would have run out of names then, of like flagship singles. Inoue Yuri. She wants to leave the guests. Well, be my guest. Bye. I want to, how do you call it when you break up a group? I want to break them up. Anyway, so I appreciate your willingness to accommodate me, Mr. Delta. Let's both do everything we can to make this transition as smooth as possible. Inoue Yuri has announced her intention to graduate on July 3rd. It's 3 months from now. It's okay. I don't really care. Oh yeah, the story continues in a second as well. Oh, 1 million fans. Here we go. On the 8th of May, which is in a month, I guess, in-game time. Also, in about 2 months, real-life time, very soon, basically. Very, very soon. Shall we release this for April? Should we take a look at the gacha together? That's right, I don't only play Limbus Company, I play other games with gacha mechanics as well. And I got really unlucky there. Well, not unlucky, but just not lucky enough. Let's see. Ah, yeah, this is not gonna break even. Oh, this is not gonna break even at all. Shit, Hokma. Oh. Well, at least we got a lot of fans out of this. I say a lot, it's like 12,000. It's okay. How many days until we can... 27 days for the next world tour. Oops. Alright, guess we're just gonna cruise along until the event hits us right in the face and makes us his bitch. And like do some ad jobs in the meantime. We hope that no girls find their way into my office, if I don't call for them at least, because I don't want to be disturbed right now. I'm researching, if you know what I mean, by watching videos on the internet of other girls that I will never meet. Girls of the 2D nature most of the time as well, because it's just plain better than like 3D pic disgusting. Oh, Tanaka-Sara. It's time for me to graduate. I'm looking July 10th. Do I have some influence over you still? Yes, I do. November 2028. How long has she been with us now? 20 years? That was crazy. Satomaya also wanted to leave early, but I forced her to stay with me. Well, I wish I could do this with all the women in my life. Just ask them to stay and they go, nah, well, okay, I guess. Maybe you did something nice for me in the past. Yeah, sure, why not? I can stay like a year longer. But that would also mean that you're in like an endless loop and cycle of having to do the bidding of these women, which is... It's not fun, I can tell you that. It's never fun to just be working your ass off for someone else. And that's what I'm doing with these, you know? They don't even know to appreciate it. Let's get some more waitress staff in here. Sure. Do we need to switch out the menus? Oh yeah, look at this. So much stuff that's at 100% again. Let's go for this one. Do we make any profit with this? I really wish I would properly tell you. Well, we got a lot of new fans in the span of these few weeks. And then no fans again, and then it's always like a time where there's no one working apparently, and then there's a lot of them working again, and who knows how this works, right? I don't care. I don't care anymore. The game is gonna end soon, presumably. I know it doesn't. Okay, I know there's like at least 10 more episodes left. I'm just trying to cope. And I don't know if it's working or not, to be honest, because I sound very negative about it. So let's see. Come on, 400,000 is all I ask for. Making a negative still, but somehow I just can't go under. I think I'm too big to fall. I'm like bang. Oh, I can't say this. Oof. Don't take a look at what's currently going on in the world with banks and money and shit. Oh, it's very depressing, also very scary. So what else can't go under? Oh yeah, I'm like... Lambda, remember, you're not gonna edit this anymore, so you can't bleep out anything in post. So you better not say this. Oh. Let's see. How long? Just a few more days. Just a few more days. Just a few more like ad jobs that we can accept in the meantime. I've opened up practice for everyone again, so even the ones that are bad at stuff can practice their dancing and singing again. So you're gonna see a lot more of these. Ooh. Yamane Aki. Who are you again? Okay. Goodbye, Mr. Delta. Well, at least that's what I'll be saying on July 24th. 3 months from now. Again, we need to trim the fat. I said this before. We can hire new idols as soon as like all of these old ones that I just hired on a whim in search of this perfect idol, as soon as they're all gone, specifically the guests. One of them is graduating in 68 days. Oh, so that's who she is. Akashi Az is the zucchini bread girl. She's very, very bad at basically everything. Oh, this is sad. Look at this. Look at her fucking stats. Oof, poor girl. She really is like a special case. A special type of bean. So, okay, just a few more days. Like a week. Just about a week left. In game time, we can change some policies to get rid of our cytocurrents, scandal point rather. Get some influence over her, which won't be enough to get her to stay, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, look at this, we're 3rd place at least. Right for 6 with title of your name on first place. 5, 6, 7 Pro, Dreamer Baby, 2nd place. And Father Issues is still here somewhere. Every once in a while they release a single, I guess. Angela is running them on autopilot as well, just like I am doing with Little Abnormalities. Anyone jumping out to us? Maybe the Soviet Lolita? She knows she's trouble. A lot of trouble, actually, in this case. Oh, God. So, now it's exactly 1 more week. And then we can continue with... I'm really genuinely interested in what Angela has to say next and what task she's gonna give me, because can it get any harder than having this near perfect idol? Chances are yes. The game will throw me another freaking bullshit bone task that I will have to chew on for quite a while. But I'm not one to back down of a challenge, I guess. So hit me. Hit me with your best slap and make it count, because it really turns me on. Let's just accept before I lose any more here. Oh god, Satomayo. What's going on there? Why are you so down? Like physically. Let's give you a spa treatment. Costs 250,000 every time I click this button. Wow. Really makes you think. Yeah? What's up? I have a communication from someone with government credentials requesting a meeting. Uh-oh. Did they find my stash? Someone from the government? Yes, be more specific. It's someone from the Ministry of Culture. Oh god. What could this mean? Are they standing behind the door, holding down the handle? Sorry, I probably should have led with that. It's not anyone from the National Tax Agency or anyone from a regulatory office. Just telling you that someone from the government wants to talk might give you the wrong idea. You did this on purpose, you little funny bitch, you. Still, when someone from the government comes knocking, that's generally not the kind of request that you decline. I set up a meeting for Monday of next week, which is as soon as they could meet. Hopefully that's alright. I wish I could give you more information about how to prepare for this meeting, but they wouldn't tell me anything beyond the location and time of the meeting. Also, they want you to sign several confidentiality agreements before meeting, which might explain the reticence of the person I spoke to over the phone. Anyway, I guess you should be prepared for anything. Well, it must have something to do with Angela. Oh, chapter 5. Oh god, I don't like the look of this guy in the middle. He looks as if he's about to fuck my idols. And I'm not a fan of that. They are mine. Even if I don't get to fuck them, they are mine still. Okay, if I don't get to fuck them, no one gets to fuck them. That's the thing. They signed a contract, you know. Why does it still give me Satomaya if she's this tired? Please, just leave her be. Itomayaka as well. Have some more spa treatments. When exactly? Oh, 14th of May. 3 more days. So it was exactly like X amount of days later on a Monday, I guess. Is it on a Monday? No. The 14th is gonna be a Sunday. Game? Well, maybe it's like we're meeting with Angela before the actual meeting. Or not. You head to the address Nishikawa Kyoko gave you for the government. Is this building really with representatives from the Ministry of Culture work? Ooh, Mr. Delta. Hello, Savamurachi. I remember you from Nation of Isles, I believe. Or maybe I've seen some pictures of you on the internet in more revealing clothes. How have you been? I don't think I've seen you since the last time we spoke on the set of Nation of Idols. Oh, yes, sure. Yes. That's a nice pearl necklace. Think I could give you one? Has it really been that long? It feels like a lifetime ago. Anyway, it's good to see you. Are you also here to meet with the Ministry of Culture? Actually, I'm here with the Ministry of Culture. I guess you could say I'm a representative or an ambassador for the ministry. Not an international ambassador or anything like that, more of a cultural ambassador. I don't think there aren't many government departments that I'd feel comfortable qualified to play a major role for. I don't think there aren't. What? This is like a double negative. I don't think there are. Is what she meant, right? But when it comes to culture, I think I'm rather suited to the role, don't you think? Yeah, you could also advertise for like the Ministry of Sex Appeal. I just have no game, do I? I'm just not smooth at all. Thank God! I don't need to flirt with anyone. I can just be as crude and crass with Secretary as much as I want. And she just has to grin and bear it. Isn't that nice? After all, entertainment is such a big part of culture. Anyway, I'll cut to the chase. As you probably know, Tokyo is hosting the International Summer Athletic Games in July of 2029. Are they really? And I'm part of the planning committee for that event. That's pretty soon, actually. Wasn't Tokyo supposed to host the Summer Athletic Games in 2020? Is this game gonna make a reference to, like, the Rona? Oh yes! I remember being extremely disappointed when I found out that the 2020 Summer Games were cancelled. But what else could be done, given the circumstances? After all, I'm sure you remember the world events that resulted in the event being delayed. Is the game actually referring to this, or did they just assume, oh, well, something must have happened in 2020? that will make sense for the player to play this even in retrospect. To be honest, I'd rather not talk about it. Yeah, they're not alluding to it. I guess the silver lining is that the Summer Athletic Games Committee decided that Japan would host the event in 2029. Only 9 years later. What if you play through the game and you get to this event before 2020? What then? I know these things are planned out decades in advance, but things were so disrupted in the host countries for future years that they ended up completely shuffling things around. Obviously, there's an incredible amount of prestige associated with hosting the Summer Athletic Games. It's an event with over 100 years of history, with representatives from hundreds of different countries around the globe gathering to compete. So there's a lot of work that goes into preparing for an event like this. Why does this concern me actually? As you're no doubt aware, part of planning for the Summer Athletic Games includes planning for the closing ceremony, which is a 2-hour event. It's a massive stadium event that includes a number of performances, including musical performances from some of our nation's most notable artists. Hence my involvement. I'm specifically assigned to the committee that's involved with finding candidates who can give a musical performance during the Summer Games closing ceremony. And you're on the short list of candidates. I am gonna sing? I'll be completely honest with you. There are a number of other groups in contention, and Little Abnormalities is one among several. Nothing is certain at this point. But when the exploratory committee started reaching out to other acts, Little Abnormalities kept on coming up during conversations as one of the biggest influences for other musical acts we're considering. Wow, have I been that long in the business? In light of that, it seemed that maybe we should consider going to the source. With me, you can always go straight for the source, Savamurachi-san. If a record only sells a few copies, but everyone who buys one of those copies goes on to become an idol, that's a big cultural impact, and that's part of what the committee is aiming to recognize. Did you just slight me by saying I don't sell as much? So you're in the running. With that in mind, let's get into what the selection process entails. As I said, Little Abnormalities is one of several acts we're considering. Are you the one I'm supposed to meet here, by the way, or are you just holding me up? We're inviting you to submit a proposal for why Little Abnormalities should be one of the acts to represent our country at the International Summer Athletic Games closing ceremony. Angela's not gonna like this. The deadline to submit that proposal is in 2 months. The day after the submission deadline, the committee will be convening to make a final decision. The proposal should be pretty straightforward. I think that's all we need to cover today. I'm just gonna take a few pictures of the idols, if that's alright then. Is there anything else you wanted to say or ask before we adjourn for today? I'm honored that you're considering us. I look forward to meeting with you again. Who else is on the shortlist? I'm actually not sure. What? There are several people who are assisting the committee by reaching out to the various groups that are being considered, and I was chosen to reach out to you. I don't even know if I'll get to find out which musical acts are on the shortlist. The committee is staying pretty tight-lipped about this. I like some tight lips. I guess I might have been confusing when I explained things earlier. Yes. To clarify, I'm assisting the committee, but I'm actually not part of the committee. So I don't have any decision-making control over who gets chosen. I'm just the one responsible for facilitating meetings like this one. On one hand, it means that I can't vouch for you when the committee meets to make the decision. On the other hand, it means that I can root for you as much as I'd like without worrying about my bias clouding the process too much. So I'll say it outright. Good luck. Kanbate kudasai. Lambda Delta. Good. I guess. Alright, we can straight up move on. Sir? It's rare for us to meet in a break room. Do you want a cup of coffee or something? I just received some information from the Ministry of Culture. It's about the proposal that they want us to submit. According to the information that they sent along, they'll be considering the popularity of the song, along with some subjective criteria to determine whether it fits the cultural image the committee wants to project. Oh, so can I send in like a really hardcore lewd PV song or not? I think that's just a fancy way of saying that half of the decision is going to be based on the subjective opinions and the personal tastes of the committee members. There was something I noticed. The letter we received was signed by every single person on the committee. In short, we know the names of the people who will be making the final decision. Isn't that dumb on their part? I have a lot of money. It got me thinking. If only there was a way that we could read someone's mind just from knowing their name. I happened to mention this to Mr. Shinzaba. Hey, did somebody say my name? Go away. I had a moment with her here. Hey, there you are. I was hoping to get you to talk to Mr. Delta, but now's a good time as any. Can you tell Mr. Delta what you told me earlier this morning? Sorry, you're going to have to be more specific. What are you talking about? Well, I mentioned offhandedly that the committee members are going to be making the decision about what idol group to select partly based on the subjective tastes. Right. And, well, then I said it would be convenient if we could read their minds. That, yeah. Well, it should be obvious, right? You don't have to be a mind reader to learn things about a person's musical taste. Yes, just go on their Twitter timeline or something to see what... Well, one thing is like to see what they could be cancelled for, and the other one is like which YouTube links they share and stuff. Everyone these days has a social media presence, including government officials. If you pay attention to what kind of posts they like and do some basic cyber stalking, you can get a pretty good fix on what the jam is. Can we not use the term cyber stalking? But I do believe that we can perform some internet sleuthing to uncover the specific tastes of the people on the committee. If you think that would be worth our time, I mean. We could have everyone on staff do some of this internet search to figure out what kind of performance would be best appeal to the sensibilities of the committee. We could learn their likes and dislikes and choose the ideal musical genre, style of choreography, and so on. Man, is all that really necessary? They already said that they'd be looking at some objective criteria like the popularity of the song. Just choose whichever recent single sold the most copies and call it a day. Yeah. But don't you think it makes the most sense to take a popular song and do a new arrangement of it? We could do a metal cover of one of our own songs, or an R&B single, or rewrite the lyrics to be about friends instead of loneliness. But I keep singing about isn't it loneliness I sing about, or is it regret? I can't remember. I don't know. Seems like a lot of work for something that might not pan out, but I guess I'll do whatever Mr. Delta says. That's right, I'm the one paying you both. If I have to spend all day looking up random people to try and figure out their music taste, I guess I could do that. And I could do some similar research to figure out what kind of lyrics might be objectionable. Anyway, the committee gave us a month to prepare, so I think we should make the most of that time. I guess it might be worth going overboard considering how high the stakes are. Yes, I think so too. Anyway, bear in mind that coming up with new lyrics, or new arrangement, or new choreography for an old song would probably take some effort as well. It would be good to do research into what the committee likes, but let's not forget to leave time to actually work on developing those things as well. Of course, if we run out of time, we can always default to a song's original lyrics, arrangement, or choreography. Slow down, stop. This is, prepare a song. Oh lord. Oh yeah, I've been singing about like loneliness and regret. Like that's all I sang about in the past. Oh my good lord. How do I make them research? Is it in a research thingy? No, it's not in here. How do I make them? Actually, pause for a quick second, please. The deadline is 13th of July. I can... Oh, here. I can just click. Oh. What's the difference? 500 research points music, 500 research points office manager. Oh, it's the person. I have so many research points, it really doesn't matter. Can I now research what they like as well, or is it just what they dislike? Because if it's what they dislike, then I can just keep at it. Which one of my singles do I dare release a new single? It's gonna be a flagship single, and it's gotta be Bina. Come on, Bina. Come on. You can do it. Please do it, Bina. Please. 2.5 million. You need to be a critical success. We're gonna load the last... Let's see. We have Cute 80. Go to Yuka is actually better for this. Look. Here too. Cute 75, but the vocal and dance is really high on Itaray. However, Uinaname is pretty good as well. Cute 80, 95, 79, 79, 75. Yeah, let's just go with that. It's funny because some of these girls, they will never get the time to shine like this. And some of them are actually quite good, like overall, but just not cute anymore, like Katanaka Manami. And I just even took out, where is she? I took out Horenochi Hinano, if you can believe it. But just look at the amount of green bars I got by now. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna research a new single. Maybe in this episode still, who knows. Actually, what we're gonna do now is... Oh my lord, what's going on here? I guess these are like events. If I research stuff or something?
Yo.
Hey, I heard you got the call. What are you talking about? It's cute that you act like you don't know what I'm talking about. No, I legitimately don't remember. I guess you probably signed all sorts of confidential agreements, so I won't ask you to confirm or deny. I think I could put the specifics together myself without any help. Well, he must have government contacts as well. You recently made a visit to a building that rents office space, as your staffer helpfully informed me when I inquired about your whereabouts earlier this week. I happen to know one of the owners of that building who may have let slip that the invoices for the office space rental are being sent to the Ministry of Culture. I suppose it's my right to know such things, considering that I'm a tax-paying citizen, and that's my money that's being spent on that building rental, no? The Ministry of Culture organizing meetings with pop idol groups this close to the Summer Games can only mean one thing. Well, it could mean lots of things, but my money's on the Summer Games. So how did I do? I can neither confirm nor deny. Alright, I won't badger you about it anymore. Still, it gets tiresome to talk vaguely in terms of strict hypotheticals, so I'm just going to assume Little Abnormalities is a candidate for some kind of ceremonial act at the Summer Games. Closing ceremony, opening ceremony, something like that. Which one is more, like, prolific? The closing or the opening? I've never watched stuff like that, actually. I don't really care about it. In light of that, I come bearing practical advice. If you want things to go well with the government committee selection process, don't do anything that would make the wrong kind of headline. Part of the reason they start the evaluation process as early is that so they have time to ferret out any skeletons that the candidates might have hiding in their closets. Obviously, what's done is done, but at the very least you should try to avoid doing anything that would make them strike you off the list. What about past scandals? I wouldn't worry too much about that. Any public scandals that Little Abnormalities wasn't involved in were already priced in when the committee decided to shortlist you. Just avoid doing anything to sully Little Abnormalities' name in the future. I don't think a single bad headline would disqualify you, but avoid letting too much scandal occur around the Little Abnormalities name. If you do happen to get a bad headline, do your best to clean it up as soon as possible. We can change our image still, which takes away like 8 scandal points or something. And hey, if there are any past scandals that you want to clear up, can only help things. It's just my 2 cents. Alright. Guess it's people congratulating me here. Hey, all of the other routes, I assume. The rumor mill is going wild right now. Something about the planning committee for the summer games wanting to have an idol group do a performance during the closing ceremony. Do you know anything about that? I can't say anything about that. Whoa! That must mean Little Abnormalities is on the shortlist, right? She's just too smart for me. If you hadn't been contacted by the committee, you would have just said something like, I heard the rumors. The fact that you can't talk about it means you must have signed some kind of confidential agreement. Shit! She outsmarted me! Don't worry, your secret is safe with me. I could report that Little Abnormalities is in the running for the summer games, but that would barely grab any attention and probably mess up your relationship with the selection committee. Plus, this far out, people don't really care about the summer games. My eye is on a much bigger prize. I want to be able to report about the idol groups performing for the summer games when the summer games is a hot search term. In order to do that, I need to maintain access and not burn my sources. Sources like you. So your secret is safe with me. For now. Actually, I think your interests and mine are aligned. After all, you and I are pretty good friends, right? Why do all these women call me friend? It feels weird. Having access to you as a source is a lot more beneficial to me if you become famous as the manager of the group that performed at the Summer Games ceremony. It'd be a lot more useful to me that way. In light of that, I feel it's my duty to offer you a tip on how to survive the selection process. Good, yes. You might be in the running, but they're considering a lot of other groups. You dig? I dig. You've got to make sure that Little Abnormality stands out. People have short attention spans. If you ask people what their favorite popular song is, they'll probably name something from the past year and probably something really recent. In a fast-moving world of entertainment, you've got to stay relevant. I think my favorite songs are really old, actually. Sometimes you find an album that's old and then you get a new favorite song, I guess, but some other songs are just old and they've stayed with me since then. When the selection committee makes their decision, they're going to think about which idols have been doing things lately. Little Abnormalities might have an accomplished history, but you need to make sure you're still top of mind when the final selection meetings happen. In short, I think you need to release a #1 single between now and the next selection deadline. I know that might seem like a tall order, but remember, you're whittling down the candidates from a list that is probably pretty long at this point. I don't have that many chances to get a #1 single, because I can only release one a month. If you're not topping the charts, the other idol groups the committee is considering will probably pull so far ahead of you that you won't be able to catch up. Anyway, best of luck! See, she wished me Kanbatte kudasai. You and I need to have a conversation about the selection committee for the Summer Games ceremony. Yeah, of course she knows as well. You and I are both in the running. Oh. Phantasm Facade? Yes. Oh shit, she's gonna ask me to pull out or tank this whole thing. Phantasm Facade seems to have taken the scene by force. They can't ignore it. Of course, Father Issues is a much more respectable group. For most definitions of respectable. Perhaps conventional is the word I'm going for, though my style can hardly ever be considered conventional. I just found out. About Phantasm Facade making the cut, I mean. I met with a committee rep last week to talk about Father Issues being selected, and yesterday the legal representation that I hired to meet on behalf of Phantasm Facade had the same meeting. They don't even know it's yours, that's funny. Needless to say, I have plans. I would appreciate your cooperation if you're so inclined, but I understand if you want to prioritize the interests of Little Abnormalities over my vision. I certainly wouldn't begrudge you for that. After all, you owe me nothing. What's your plan? For now? Stay the course. Actually, right now I'm just concerned with Little Abnormalities doing well in the selection process. I need Father Issues to do well, but I'm not stressing over that, since I have control over it. Little Abnormalities' performance is entirely out of my hands. I may fill you in on the details at a later date, but right now I actually just need Little Abnormalities to survive the selection process. Why do you want them to do well? Didn't I just tell you I might fill you in on the details at a later date? That implies that there's no time to tell you yet. I thought you trust me. Hussy. For now, I just need Little Abnormalities to do well in the process. To that end, here's some free advice. The selection committee wants to choose groups that are well known. The more fans you have, the more people they can expect to tune into the summer games. Let's face it, in this digital age, people have way better things to do than watch a 2-hour ceremony on TV. If they can put some famous singers and dancers in the ceremony, it's going to get a lot more people to tune in. Little Abnormality's fanbase has been enough to get you this far in the selection process, but I know how these committees think. They don't want a group that's a has-been. They want a group that's on the upswing. If you lose fans between now and the final selection, it's not the kind of thing that's going to impress the committee. In fact, it's not enough to stay the same size. Being in this business is like being a shark. You'll die if you're not swimming forward. Stagnation is death in this industry. To really impress the committee, you want your fanbase to grow by at least 20% between now and when they make the selection cutoff. 20% of 1 million. That's 200,000. If you're able to do that, I can't do that. 200,000? What the fuck? Well, we can talk about it then. Well, so far I'm avoiding scandals, and I'm preparing a song that doesn't have any of these in it, but still pretty hard, you know? Still pretty hard. It's actually so hard, we're gonna do this next time. Bye, everyone.